Hello guys, what is up? It is Ro here, bringing you guys some more um Madden 20 gameplay with the God Toronto Mounties, and here today we're going to be running a challenge now. Um, this was pre-recorded, like re-recorded of a game I did earlier, and I feel really bad. So yeah, and I'm using like the Atlanta Playbook, and here we go. We punt the ball. It's a very short punt, and yeah. So we're going up against the Cardinals today, and I want to address something real quick. This game is probably one of the most intense games I ever played because it's on All Pro, and I am going to be running for the next couple episodes a few challenges that will set me up to make sure I can play the game well. An all pro with sliders is a real challenge. So, I think they can come in handy when it comes to like playing a game. So, if you guys enjoy this, please be sure to drop a like and don't forget to subscribe because I want to subscribe. I really want to subscribe. I mean, I want y'all to subscribe. Make sure that everything goes well. Is that right? Yes, that's right, Raul. Good job. Alright, so another thing. I might be uploading like a little bit, like here and there. Like, I know I have some series in the works, especially for Madden 25. Might as well upload those games and then show you I've been working on with NHL 19 with my London Monarchs because like I want to get that gameplay out and everything. Um, yeah, I think that should work. And as you can see right here, the Cardinals get a touchdown. That was another thing I was having a problem with. Is that the wide receivers were not doing their job. Were doing their job. It's just that the cornerbacks were not. And that's what happened. So that is and was a big problem. So as you can see, we get the we get the kickoff, and Bo Jackson does his thing. So this was mainly like an RPO play, an RPO challenge. Now, the trick here is that unless I am in a deep situation, I will not and will never, like, for example, here, I will only run plays that I need for uh, a necessity to do, like for verse play. And then I will switch back to the RPO. Now the problem is with RPOs, I think in my opinion, is because the illegal man downfield penalty. Because if we were to have that, that would be a tough situation. So what I always had to do was I either had to hold A or I had to throw it to a person. And right there it actually worked. So I decided to do it again. And we caught some yardage. It worked. Michael Thomas. So I decided to switch it up and do this play. So I wasn't trying to mainly do RPO. I was trying to do some unique play styles and stuff like that with RPO. and try it to vary it up a little bit. And as you can see, got sacked. Williams. So this is where I think like, okay, let's run Y stick where it's display right there. And basically everyone changed up like positions. I don't get it. But it managed for Josh Allen to roll out and manage to get a couple of yardage, like yards. And this made me realize that we can actually do some damage. And so, like, if it's a good RPO play, then we could do it. If it's not, well, then we're screwed. And as you can see, Michael Thomas got, again, some good yardage. So then I decided to run it again. And I throw it to Randy Moss this time, and that actually worked. So what I did is that I threw it to Randy Moss, got a touchdown, and we were tied with the Cardinals. This made me realize that I could do some damage. Now you might be thinking, this is week 12. What happened to week 11? Well, again, it's a confession. I mainly wanted to do an episode. Like I did record a Oakland Raiders game. It's just that I got so mad that I decided, you know what? Let me just like play the game and that's it. You know? So like that was it. And as you can see right here, I kicked a field goal with Jay Sanders to end the game, to end the half, nearly end the half, and that's how we did it. So then I decided to do a squib kick. Always do squib kicks and sky kicks if necessary. Always a necessity, actually. So, excuse me, now it's 1 second. Now I go to my favorite, which is which, prevent defense, which is my favorite. And I did not get a pick, but I really wanted one. So that comes to the end of the half. The score is 10-7, and we have the lead. Now, you might be thinking like, oh, can we just cut to the second half? No, because I realized that they have improved the halftime show. This is pretty cool. Like, we go to certain states, they show the score and everything. So as you can see right here, the Bengals are actually leading against the Colts. And in Illinois, the Chicago Bears are leading against the Rams. And I feel bad for Mitch Trubisky. Anyway, in Louisiana, the Chargers are leading against the Saints. That does not make sense to me because I feel like the Saints will blow them out. As you can see right here, Josh Allen has been doing his thing along with Bo Jackson and Michael Thomas. Because, like, that's what we need and everything. Like, the running backs and the quarterback are most important in the RPO sections. And one day I will try and do a scheme around the fact that I can do that wildcat formation that the Atlanta Playbook has. If I do a season 2, by the way, but I'm not going to because, like, that's not what I'm going to do. As you can see, I um, gave up a pass. So, what my main goal is for right now is try to win the game. Like, that's always the main goal, but what also the main goal is for me on defense is to force fumbles, get interceptions, and that's it. For offense purposes in this game, I'm gonna try and do like learn the RPO, perfect the RPO, and if I use other playbooks that have RPO, I can manage to like, you know what? I can perfect it. And as you can see, Kyle Murray got a first down. Now, guys, this is important. If you want me to do a rookie franchise full of all the rookies that were that are in next year's draft class, please let me know down in the comment section below because I would love to use Joe Burrow and those guys because that's what I really want. That's what I need to be successful in the game. And yes, that was a text message. So yeah, um, this is really important to me because like this RPO stuff because I am really proud of how the RPO is working. Now for RPO Peak Zone Bubble, which MMG, who is a very good YouTuber that I'm subscribed to, has run this play called the RPO Peak Zone Bubble. Now he's only used it um in Superstar KO. Now I don't know if he used it in Ultimate Team, but if he did, then I need to know it because I really want to try and use it because it's interesting. And as you see right here, I'm a little bit in a tough situation because I'm trying to run RPO play. That didn't work out. However, we got some yardage. So then I decide, you know what? Let's just run a pass play. And I decide to use my fullback, Okoye to block, Michael Thomas to block, and I throw it up in prayer, and it didn't work. So then I decided, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? Are we gonna go for it? And I actually really did go for it. Like I actually did, and I was so stupid because I didn't even think about throwing it to the fullback. Like, and it was really stupid of me. I don't know why I decided to go for it, but this is what you get from gameplays and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, another thing, we have been dominant on defense so far, which is pretty cool, even though we gave up a touchdown. So, like, I'm impressed. And I tried to do a hit stick, and we gave up a touchdown to Brown. I don't know who that guy is, but Brown. Anyway, um, basically, now they are in the lead, and that's okay, because I really need to know what's gonna happen. So, like, here's Bo Jackson right here, right now. Um, and here we go again. Like, these RPO plays work in certain circumstances, but they don't always work in others. For example, RPO alert is like an auto type. RPO peak and alert are like you have to hold A in order to get the play. So it's like a iffy it's like a 50-50 chance that you might get a penalty or illegal man downfield or something else. And as you can see, I blocked Bo Jackson and I got Damon Hester to get him a touchdown. I was like, man, That was actually working. And he did the Orange Justice and shoot dance. I'm like, yeah. So we got the lead back, and I was thinking like, okay, we can actually do something right now. And I do a normal kick. I know I don't go by my logic and experiences and what I say, but sometimes like I say, you have to do it in certain circumstances, but not all. And I understand like it's not hard, but it's also not easy at the same time. So like, man, I mean like, come on, bro. That's just how things are gonna be. Like, I understand like people like wanna say like it's okay, but it's not always. Cause it's like I understand. So now the Cardinals are trying to take the lead, and we're going to stop them. So I decided to run blitzes and stuff like that. Um, more the more I understand like certain RPO plays, the more I will get a grasp of like certain playbooks and how they have their own RPO plays. Cause like basically, if you have certain RPO plays, they can actually work. But if you don't have certain RPO plays and they don't work, then it's not gonna help. It's not gonna work or anything. Like it's not gonna work in the slightest bit. So like, man, and as you can see right there, Kyle Murray decided to take off. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Um, I'm like a little bit scared. So like, basically right here, right now, um, here's how it's gonna go. Okay, like first down and 10, throw, it becomes an incomplete pass. Like, look at the replay. Like, oh my god, it could have been an interception. It could have been a catch, but thankfully it was neither of them. So second down and 10. Um, we forced a third down and 3, and now they're in a bit of a situation. They can either fourth down, kick a field goal, or try to make us more like mad, and we're getting more mad because they're just slowly creeping on that touchdown like thing, and it's getting worse and worse every single time. And we got the sack with Troy Balu. It was actually a middle linebacker in this sense, and it's actually working. And we had Mean Joe Green force like an incompletion, and it worked somewhat, I guess. And now we got yet another sack with Anthony Barr. And now they're gonna take a field goal, and I do field goal like kick return, and they managed to get it. So now we have the chance to like go down the field, get like the football, and score a touchdown. So that's what Bo Jackson is trying to do. Like he is trying to get a setup for us for a good return, and we're on the 25-yard line. So that's what we're doing so far. We're actually having a good time. And now we're going to decide RPO peak. Yeah, I chose that. And now, Bo Jackson is going to help us. Actually, not really, because I'm going to run no huddle and that kind of stuff. So I decided to run this RPO play. And I threw it to Devin Hester, which there was no illegal man downfield. Because I said that because I had to point that out. So we run yet another RPO play. Basically, at this point, it's like trying to chew up clock, but also at the same time trying to do something different. So then I realized, oh, I could like switch it up and find other RPO plays. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I just run the same RPO play, and now it's third down at 5. Now I ran this play, and I basically blocked uh Bo Jackson and Kelsey, and I set up a double team on the linebacker, and I threw it to Y, who was Randy Moss, and it worked correctly. And now we get to run the same RPO play over and over again, unless it doesn't work, which means that we're going to run 4 birds. Yaw, yeet, and I threw it to Travis Kelsey. I did a possession catch, and that worked out. And now Josh Allen's X Factor is activated. Yaw, yeet again. So now I checked that and it worked. So now I roll out and Randy Moss caught a touchdown. Yaw, yeet again. So we got a touchdown, and I was thinking to myself, how much like pain have we underwent through this RPO challenge? And I thought a lot. So what we're gonna do now is make a stop. I did a normal kick. Could have done squib, and I could have done sky kick. But you know what? I'm gonna challenge them and see, can they really put up with the defense that I have mastered in with different defenses and stuff like that. Also, the playbook I used, like the defensive playbook, is Kyle Shanahan's defensive playbook, and the offensive playbook. These are like live playbooks. Like the one I'm using is the Atlanta playbook, which is Dan Quinn, and the NFL Live playbook, NFL Live playbook for um um uh oh god, okay. Let me get my insights in ready. Um Kyle Shanahan, right, yeah. So I just am now going to chew out the clock right here. We're gonna run RPO, and look right here. Bo Jackson is gonna get a touchdown like that after an interception, which is pretty cool to be honest. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. Yay. That's like another certified. Yay. You guys. Always, and will always be a yaw yeet when I get a touchdown. And yeah, make sure you're always like dropping a like and don't forget to subscribe. And also, squib kick we managed to get them to the 31-yard line. So right here, I did a blitz, and I made sure it was a pass and spread defense. This actually worked. I say that because I thought the wide receiver was going to be open, but then I realized Murray just threw it in like some random place, throwing it to someone. And as you can see right here, we got the tackle and they were forced to call timeout. So I ran this play and Night Train Lane got himself a interception touchdown. And now his X Factor is activated. Like, now I look at it. Calvin Johnson was about to break it up, but Night Train Lane was like, I'm going to take this to the house. And he did that. Like, no man's land. Yeah, right? Again. And now it's 38-17, just like that. And we might as well put this in the books like that. Uh-oh, I'm undefeatable in this game at least. And I'm going to try and do ranked, like, seasons and stuff like that. Like, I'm planning on that. Like, doing ranked stuff, but other than that, I don't know what's the plan for Madden 21 because I don't know if I'm gonna play that. It's a franchise community. I don't know if I'm gonna try NHL 21 because I think I can't find my NHL 20 copy. And so yeah. And now Night Train Lane's X Factor is deactivated because 30 yards allowed, or X Factor is done. And right here, this is where I call my timeout. Because I was having mercy and everything. And that was like 31 seconds on the clock. Yeah, 31 seconds. And right here, we got yet another sack. So it's now, hold on, after this, 38-17. Third down at 21. We go with another blitz. I make sure with Mike Evans that I'm running as a safety. And they run a screen pass, and I'm like, come on. So I tried to call a timeout, but it didn't work. So we won the game, guys. This was an incredible game. Next game is going to be against the Chargers, and you're going to like it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are legends in my book, and as well as for me. I'll see you on the next one, and peace. Let's go, boys.